with me, Corben.
Oh.
Cut that bit out.
Are you half Batman, half Spider-Man?
I'm both of them.
So how do you get to New York and Arkham City?
Grappling hooks. Once he got his arm snapped into the jaws of crocodile and Baldy.
Baldy's a no.
I walked in her house, got a mouse trap, and she was sleeping on the couch. I've been around here for 6 years.
Dookie, what's dookie for English people?
Poops. Oh yeah.
What happened?
A bird pooped on a lip. What is your favourite little kid? One more question, and then I'm done and you can start asking.
You'll know because you've watched every podcast, haven't you?
No. Look at me. Let's bet on the microphone. Slap it.
No, don't do that. So, welcome back to That David Podcast.
With me, Corben.
So I was asked a while ago, who would be my favourite, best, ultimate guest ever? And I said...
Corben.
I did, yeah. I said you, mate. So today, this is my son, Corben. He's 6 years old. You're 6, aren't you?
Yep.
Something like that.
I am 6.
Yeah. And I've just wanted to get you on the podcast. You wanted to come on the podcast for a while now, haven't you?
Yep.
Yep. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to ask you some questions and just chat with you a little bit.
Okay.
And this will go out on YouTube and on the podcast and all the rest of it. So welcome back to That David Podcast with me, David. My guest today is my 6-year-old son, Corben. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. And if you're listening on the podcast, please subscribe to the podcast as well. Leave us a little comment or whatever and let us know what you think. Are you excited, mate?
Yep.
I am as well. This is cool.
Where's my mug, Daddy?
Oh. You can have this one.
Guess what? Look inside.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Don't show them that. It's where we put our pens on the desk and stuff, innit? So, thank you very much. We're filming in a new scene today. Daddy's not been in this setting yet. Obviously, for the podcast listeners, that means absolutely nothing. But if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see a different backdrop. You've been playing on the piano, haven't you, over there?
Yep.
You quite like the piano, don't you?
Yeah, I did good songs.
You did. We're going to have to get Jeff to teach you a little bit. And there's some over there. It's just, I quite like it in here. How do you like the setup? This is the first time you've been to one of Daddy's podcasts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Does it all look cool?
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Those look like Titan up there.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Titan formula.
So then, what I decided was I would just ask you some random questions and see what you said.
Okay.
So first off, why did you want to come on the podcast? Don't mess with that.
Because I was really excited and I really wanted to be on it.
Oh.
Cut that bit out.
Cut that bit out. You know the editing process already, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really happy because when I first got my podcasting gear, I tested it with you. Do you remember at home when we first got all this stuff?
Yeah.
And we set it up and me and you had a little chat, didn't we?
Yeah.
It were ace, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now, this is the real podcast, though.
This is the real podcast where the real stuff goes down.
Yeah, and we actually edit it.
Yeah, what we should do is, one day as well, me and you will be on the podcast together and we'll interview somebody else. Would that be cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get somebody else.
I don't even know that.
No, like me and you will be on the pod. Me and you will be here, but we'll have somebody else as well. And me and you can both ask them questions and stuff.
What? There's already someone there.
Yeah, Mummy's behind the camera, behind the scenes with Blake as well. We've got the whole family in here today, haven't we?
Yeah,
right.
Except the girls, though.
Yeah, except the girls. We've just got 1 out of 3, haven't we, here today?
They're at school or something.
Oh, you don't care where they are, do you? Just like, yeah, there's somewhere. Right, okay. So, questions that people want to know about Corben. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A fireman.
A fireman?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? What makes you want to be a fireman?
Because I want to save people from fiery buildings.
By the way, I've not prompted him whatsoever. I don't even know what questions I'm going to ask. That is pretty cool, that, mate.
Yeah.
I'm quite proud of that.
Good choice.
Yeah, it is a good choice. Did you know Daddy's friend's a fireman? So what we'll do is we'll have to get him to show you around the fire engine and stuff.
Oh, that would be wicked.
That would be cool. Stephen, if you're listening, sort it out, mate. My next question for you is one that everybody wants to know. Who is your favourite superhero and who's your favourite villain?
My favourite villain, well, in Marvel, it's Green Goblin.
Right.
From the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. And what about on DC?
There's a lot of superheroes.
Not Joker. Your favourite villain in DC?
My favourite villain in DC. Joker, that's my enemy.
Yeah. And you are Batman, aren't you? Not like Batman's not your favourite. You are. Are you half Batman, half Spider-Man?
Yeah, I'm both of them.
Yeah, that's what you tell me every day, innit? So at night time then, when Mummy and Daddy go to sleep and everybody else, all the girls are asleep and stuff, what do you do?
I go out at night fighting crime.
Do you?
Yep, do
like proper bashing baddies up and stuff?
Yeah. I don't use my powers.
What powers have you got?
The powers of a spider. At morning, I protect New York.
All right, okay, even though we live in Doncaster.
Well, I'm the savior of New York.
All right, do you just travel to New York just while we're asleep?
Yeah. Well, I don't do it at night.
What about when you're Batman? Who are you protecting then? Are you like Doncaster's Batman?
No, I do it in Arkham City.
All right, so you go all the way over to Arkham City as well. How do you do that then? On the plane or what?
I don't go on a plane.
So how do you get to New York and Arkham City?
Grappling hooks.
All right, you're just grappling up the whole way there. Makes sense.
And spider webs.
And spider webs. What's quicker, spider web or grappling hook?
Grappling hook.
It's quicker?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Right, mate. Did you say, so Batman's your favourite superhero?
No, I'm him.
But you are him, so it's kind of your favourite. Your favourite villains are like Joker and Green Goblin from Marvel.
But guess what? Joker is my enemy.
He's your arch nemesis, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always kick his booty.
If I gave you £20 right now, what would you spend it on?
Toys.
What kind of toys? Anything in particular?
Well, just like Imaginext and stuff.
Imaginext. What's your favourite at the moment? What sort of toys? If there's other little kids and stuff, other 6-year-old boys and girls listening, what toys do you recommend that they should be looking at?
Whatever they want.
Well, yeah, whatever they want. That's a good answer, actually. But like, you're into Ben 10 at the minute, aren't you?
Yeah.
So there's Ben 10, there's Imaginext, but there's different types of Imaginext. What's your favourite? Like Jurassic Park Imaginext? No.
I like the Batman stuff.
All the DC stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is a good choice.
It is a very good choice. What YouTube channels do you recommend to other kids? What YouTube channels do you think other kids should be watching, like your favourites?
FGTV or Ethan.
FGTV or Ethan Gamer TV?
Yeah.
There's a couple of others in there as well. Like, who's the animal guy? Animals and bugs and stuff. That's my favourite channel that you watch. Coyote Peterson.
Oh, Coyote.
What sort of things does Coyote Peterson do?
He gets bit by different animals and shows you that to not get them as a pet.
He gets bit by different animals.
Yeah.
What sort of animals is he getting bitten by?
Like poisonous or dangerous animals and stuff.
So what happens to him then when he gets bit?
Well, he does bleed a little bit.
Yeah?
But once he got his arm snapped into the jaws of crocodile.
Did he?
Yeah.
What? Did the crocodile not bite his arm off?
No, it was only a little one.
All right, I see.
It was like this size.
All right, that size.
So
for the podcast listeners, that's about, I don't know what size. Nearly as big as you, maybe.
No, that size is just...
That size. About the height of a normal table, he's saying. Yeah?
Yeah.
Kind of.
And his arm was bleeding a lot.
His arm was bleeding a lot.
Yeah, you should go watch that video.
Yeah. Is your mummy and daddy alright with you watching all this stuff about animals stinging and biting and stuff?
Yeah, because it's actually a safety channel.
All right.
Because this warning, when he gets bit, he tells you not to get them as a pet, and what will happen if they accidentally get you.
All right. Okay.
So it's actually a safety channel.
Right. So he's keeping you safe and teaching you all about why you shouldn't mess around with certain bugs and animals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool then, isn't it?
Yeah.
What does your mummy and daddy think about you watching all the other channels that you watch?
Well, FGTV, fine.
Yeah.
Ethan, fine.
Yeah.
And who else?
Ryan.
Yep, Ryan's okay.
Ryan's fine. What about the Hello Neighbour stuff?
Hello Neighbour? Maybe. Well, I do watch some Hello Neighbour at night.
Oh dear. So what sort of channels and things should other parents be careful about? Because you watch a lot of YouTube, so you can be like, right, I've watched a lot of YouTube and there's some things that might be a bit scary for kids, even though they're on kids' channels. What sort of things should we watch out for?
Granny.
She's a no.
And Baldy.
Baldy's a no.
And who else? Scary Teacher 3D.
Scary Teacher 3D?
Yeah.
That's a no?
Yep, that's a no.
Okay.
It's because you have to hurt her. Set some pranks for her. Once, when I first played the game and it got an update, I walked in her house, got a mouse trap, and she was sleeping on the couch. And I put the mouse trap on the table, on top of her cake. When she went to grab the cake, it would snap her hand.
What? And that's a kid's game?
No, it's not a kid's game.
All right.
It's like ages 8.
Ages 8 plus?
Yeah. It's what. And the fingers were all red when they were in the trap.
That doesn't sound like a nice game to me. But we have to try all these games to figure out what's good and what's bad, I guess, don't we?
So that's a no.
That's a no. That's a big cross no. Oh. I'm bashing everything about.
Okay, cut that out.
Yeah, bloody hell. Right, okay, let's get back onto my questions then. Now you're helping out all the parents to figure out what not to watch. What's the only rule in our house?
Don't say no to loves.
Yes, to cuddle. We've always got to cuddle, haven't we? What's it like having a baby sister?
Great.
Because you usually have just 2 big sisters, haven't you? Now you've got a little baby sister. What's it like?
It's good.
What's good about it?
Because she's so cute.
You stop banging all over the table, mate.
I'm
Because she's cute. Do you like looking after her?
Yeah.
Have you been changing any smelly pooey nappies?
No.
No? Why are you not changing no nappies?
She does it behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, she does it. He's pointing at Mummy who's behind the camera.
No, don't throw that.
Oh yeah, Mummy's just changed a nappy, I think. She might be throwing it at us.
Stinky diaper.
So, how's life in general? What's it like being Corben?
Amazing. I have a nice life.
Yeah?
I've been around here for 6 years.
Yeah?
And I just like this world. It's a good world to me.
Yeah? What sort of things do you like about the world?
Like the nice sky, the animals, and the buildings. They're so nice.
Yeah? What's your favourite thing to do?
Watch my iPad.
Yeah, you like watching your iPad. What do you like best though? Playing or watching iPad?
What I like better?
Yeah.
Both.
Both. It's a tough one, that, isn't it? Because there's some cool stuff on YouTube.
I just say both.
Yeah, but you love playing, don't you?
Yeah, I love both of them.
Yeah.
I can't decide, I just choose both.
Yeah, that's it. When you can't decide, just choose both. Why not?
Yeah.
If you were the boss of the family...
Yeah, I am.
Well, debatable. But if you was officially the boss and you made all the decisions for one day, what sort of things would you be getting Mummy and Daddy to do?
Doing all my chores.
All your chores? Why? What are your chores?
To dust the ceiling and all that.
What? No one in our house does the ceiling, I don't think.
And mops the floor, wash the dishes and all that.
So you'd get Mummy and Daddy to do all that?
Yeah.
Don't we already do all that?
Well, when I'm a grown-up.
What? You're going to have a cleaner?
No, I do not clean.
So, like, what would you do then? Right, you're the boss for the day. So we get up in the morning. Where would you take us? Where would you say that we've got to go?
Smith's.
So we're going to Smith's. What are we doing at Smith's?
Buying all the toys.
Buying all the toys.
That they have.
And then what are we having for dinner?
McDonald's.
Bloody hell. Right, so if you were in charge for the day, you would have us go to Smith's, buy all the toys, and have McDonald's for dinner.
Yeah.
Right, you really are the boss then, like you said, because that is pretty much what we do every week, innit? Alright, so you're just cool. For the audio listeners, he's just pretending to put his glove on and bash me.
No, I'm trying to reload it.
Oh, you're reloading your... Oh, right, okay. Right, what is Mummy's job?
To look after me and you.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
I'm Blake.
I'm Blake. And Kira and Abby.
If you don't know who Blake is, it's my little baby sister.
How old is she?
0.
She's 0. That's right. Hang on, let's go back to Blake then. What's your favourite thing about Blake?
That she's so cute.
And what's the worst thing about her?
That she does dookies.
Dookies? What's dookie for English people?
Poops.
Are you American or English?
American. So you won't understand me.
Yeah, stop tapping your feet, pal.
You behind the scenes, what are you doing?
What's Daddy's job?
It's to look after me as well.
Yeah. What else do we do though? How do we get money and stuff?
Do a little bit of work.
Oh yeah. What's Daddy do when I'm doing busy work?
Edit stuff.
Yeah. Do you think you'd want to do some of that? No. What do you think about being home educated?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's amazing?
Because school is bleh.
Would you never like to just try school just for like a little bit? No. Why?
Because I don't like school teachers.
You don't like school teachers?
No.
Is this because of what Kira and Abby sometimes say?
Yeah. I don't like that.
No. Because not all school teachers are bad. Well, very few will be actually bad. But
I don't like to get the bad teachers, so
Yeah. So what do you like at being at home though? When you learn at home, what sorts of things do you like learning about?
Well, I like this Daddy and Me book.
Oh yeah, that's the Mrs. Meldrum book. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at DONETTA because she bought it for me. I noticed somebody. Yeah, so you like Mrs. Meldrum's Daddy and Me book because we've been doing some cool... Because that is like quite educational as well as fun, isn't it?
Yeah, you get to like colour stuff in, make your own boat and stuff.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it? We do a few pages when we remember. We forgot for ages, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do like doing that, don't we? Because it gives us a little bit of time together. It's a bit fun and learning as well. So there's a shout out to Meldrum and a book.
And we also do different fruits and where they begin with.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And who's your favourite friend? Well.
Have you got lots of friends?
Yeah.
What do you like doing with your friends?
Playing with them.
Yeah.
And they like that as well.
Yeah.
They all like that.
Do you like Mummy and Daddy doing YouTube, having a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I've never actually watched it.
You have, you cheeky mugger.
Wow.
You have watched it, because sometimes we have it on the big telly and you've watched little old vlogs back.
Oh, yeah, that one from years ago.
I know what you're going to say. Which one?
The one where we went to that fair thing.
All right, yeah. What about the one where we were walking around the lake and something happened to Mummy?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
A bird pooped on a lake.
Yeah, we got it on camera, didn't we?
Yeah. You're gonna have to go back and watch that video.
That's right.
So funny.
So, if people have got any questions for Corben, they should leave them in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
For the
will...
next podcast with me.
Yeah, so all right, so we're gonna do an episode 2, a part 2 with Corben, and you'll answer all the questions that we get asked by the viewers and listeners.
Now let's get back to the questions.
All right, you want more questions? Okay, what other questions shall I ask you? Have you got any questions for Daddy?
Yeah.
Go on then.
What is your favourite food?
Spaghetti bolognese.
And why is that?
Because I love it. I just love it. It's nice, isn't it?
What is your favourite little kid?
Oh,
That's a really good one.
I can't answer that, can I?
It's me.
Yeah, it's whichever one I'm talking to. What's your next question?
Why did you want a nose ring?
Oh, good question. Because Mummy got one, and I thought it looked really cool, and I thought, actually, I think I could look a bit cool, because not everybody has a nose ring, do they? So I thought, if I have one, that'll be a little bit different. I like that.
So that's why you wanted a nose ring?
Yeah.
Why did Mummy want one?
I don't know. You'll have to ask her when you do a podcast with her.
Like me and Mummy?
Yeah, why not?
The podcast.
Yeah, because you're good at asking questions. Do you have any more questions for me?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Why is your favourite character? What is your favourite character on a video game?
Batman.
That's me.
I think Batman is the greatest of all the superhero characters.
But he doesn't have any powers.
No, and that's what makes him the greatest. Because he doesn't have any powers, but he does have loads of cool gadgets.
And strength.
And he's really strong. And he's as powerful and as cool as a human can be. Because he's proper good at fighting and stuff, fighting crime.
And that's me.
And he's a good detective, so he's smart as well.
And that's me.
Yeah, and that's you.
Can you recognise this mouth?
Yeah, because we can only see his mouth, can't we?
Yeah. Can you recognise this mouth?
Yeah, I recognise it.
They're not
Yeah, Batman ain't got 2 front teeth either.
Because those bad guys knocked it out.
All right. Do you think Batman puts his teeth under the pillow for the tooth fairy?
Probably not. Probably not.
Probably not. Any more questions, mate?
Yeah.
What?
Why is Bruce Wayne a billionaire?
Because his mummy and daddy had loads of money. And when they went away, they left it all to him. So he just had loads of money. And he's got Wayne Enterprise, hasn't he?
Yeah, he buys it.
Yeah, and they do something that earns loads of money.
And why does Bruce Wayne have a butler?
Because some rich people back in the day had butlers.
Had butlers?
Yeah.
They still do.
Is this all about Bruce Wayne or about me and you?
Yeah. Why did you want to start that David podcast channel?
That is a great question. Because I really like talking to people and I really like learning new stuff. So I thought if I can talk to as many people as possible about as many different things as possible, then that'd be just a really cool thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're doing well with me right now.
I'm doing well with you, thank you. You're doing really well. You're my favourite guest so far.
I've got another question for you.
Okay.
Why do you always wear hats when you go out?
Because a few years ago, I could never be bothered to do my hair. So I started putting a hat on. And then that's when we started doing social media stuff. And then people started recognising that I wore hats all the time. So then I just carried on because I just liked it then.
But guess what? Wearing one right now.
I am, yeah. I just like wearing hats because I can never be bothered to do my hair.
And what is one of your favourite colours in the whole wide world?
Blue.
Blue?
Yes.
What is your next favourite colour?
Black.
What else? White?
White.
It's fine. one more question, and then
Okay.
I'm done, and you can start asking. So.
Okay.
Why did you want to grow a beard?
Because again, I can't be bothered to have a shave.
Can't be bothered to have a shave.
No.
No. Now, you're doing some questions now.
Right, okay, so the final question that I ask everybody that's been on the podcast so far, you'll know because you've watched every podcast, haven't you?
No.
Oh. If you had to change your name, what would you change it to?
Daniel.
Daniel?
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
I don't know, just Daniel.
So you'd change it to Daniel. So you'd be, what, Daniel James?
Yeah. Is that a good name?
Yeah, I suppose. Corben's the best name, though, innit?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast, mate.
Yeah.
I've asked you some cool questions there. You asked me some really cool questions.
Yeah. If you haven't seen me before, go watch some of my videos.
Yeah.
I have a channel as well. It's called Corben Toy Reviews.
That's right, yeah. You've got some videos on there from a few years ago, haven't you? Just a few videos. Are you going to start uploading more videos to your channel?
Yep.
Yeah? What sorts of videos are you going to put on there then?
I'm going to do one tomorrow.
Right.
Of Hello Neighbor completing Act 2.
Right, okay. So you want to start doing some gaming videos on your channel?
Yeah.
Right, okay. We'll have to get on with that then, eh? Right, so Corben's Toy Reviews on YouTube. If you search it and subscribe, ready for new content coming soon.
Yeah.
New videos. Also, subscribe to David and DONETTA.
Yep.
Because you've been on a couple of the vlogs when you want to, haven't you?
Yep.
And everybody should subscribe to That David Podcast.
Yep. There's also a few videos on my channel where I was young.
Yeah, they are from a few years ago, aren't they, where you were reviewing some toys. I think they're really good videos, though.
But one is from a very awful long time ago.
An awful long time ago.
It's where I reviewed that giant set.
Yeah, the
Remember that
fire
giant set?
thing.
Yeah, the fire set with those little like fire engine going down.
That is cool. If anybody wants to get in touch, by the way.
I think that's when I was like 3.
Yeah, I think it was. But if anybody wants to get in touch and send you some cool stuff, will you review it on your channel like you did before?
Yeah, but I can't really read though.
No, well, we could help you with that. We're learning that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Thank you very much for being on the podcast, mate. You've been my favouriteest guest ever.
Shout out. Don't forget the shout out.
Shout out who?
Whoever. Just say who you want to shout out.
Right, let's shout out Cast for letting us have this beautiful place to record in.
Yep.
Yeah, Casting Doncaster. Whoop whoop. Shout out to you.
Yeah, boy. Why'd you put your fist up?
I don't know.
Look at me. It's better on the microphone.
Oh, that's okay. I think that's a great place to finish off the podcast. So thank you very much, mate. If everybody can subscribe, comment, share, do whatever it is you can do wherever it is that you're listening. And we'll see you in the next episode of That David Podcast.
And we'll see you in the next That David Podcast video.
Do you want to end the video?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Slap it.
No, don't do that.
No.
Right, just tell them that's it. It's over. See you later.
It's over. See you later.
Right, bye.
Bye.
Oh, brilliant, mate. You are so talented. It's ridiculous.
Somehow I completely missed that this job was in Rome. I'm not so sure that it was technically legal. I'm Kieran. I don't know what a producer does, but I want to be one. I actually got on the pitch and I was running around, and there was one little quite hairy moment where I remember one teacher saying, "You'll never get anywhere if you're doing that sort of stuff." And I came away from that interview with an unconditional offer.
Wow. Because you're just as talented on camera as off it. That's not usual, is it?
And I couldn't afford to pay anybody else to do it. So
You
I
didn't
thought, well,
have a
I'll just
Jeff.
have to have a Jeff.
You seem to have an ability to change everything. Like you're saying, Woolworths crashes DVDs aren't popular anymore. YouTube comes around.
That's because they think walking is cagoules and Kendall mint cake. They were out there and they didn't have bloody stuff, did they?
This next generation coming through, I think, will genuinely change the world.
I see what you've done here.
Yeah.
You've mistaken me for the Reverend Andrew White, Vicar of Baghdad. Yeah. Isn't that what we really want?
Yeah.
Don't we want to have made an impression?
Yeah.
And have some ripples and done something good?